Today I want to talk a little bit about kid balance and coordination. A lot of times we think all kids just automatically have balance and have coordination, but that actually has to be learned, and it starts with learning where their body is in space. And a lot of times, if you notice kids, if you leave them alone, how many times does a 2-year-old jump off the sofa onto the carpet? Or they go to the parking lot, they're standing on the curb and they start doing the balance, heel to toe walking on the balance with that too. Intuitively, they seem to know what I need to do is figure out where midline is on my body is what they're actually doing. And then that carries over later to binocular skills too. Everything's connected that way. But as a result, nowadays we're doing a whole lot less movement. Kids aren't just, they're doing a lot more tablets, a lot more sitting, a lot more television. And so they're not getting out and moving and doing those kind of things. And then they're also, even at infant level, they're basically stuck in the car seats we call bucket babies, where they're kind of stuck in there. They don't spend as much floor time. And it all starts even with that. It's a developed thing, and nobody's born knowing how to use your arms, how to use your legs, how to know where your body is. We do that through movement and through interaction with space, and not doing as much movement and things affects balance and coordination. The good news is we can actually test for that and see how do you compare to others your age group with balance and coordination. And if you are one who said, hey, I could actually benefit from this, there's actually protocols that we can do, programs that you can put in that you can improve that. For example, we can have you you're standing on a board and it measures within centimeters how much body sway or instability there is on that awareness of midline. And so with that, we can basically then determine, is that person's instability or lack of coordination and balance, is it coming from a vision problem, an inner ear or vestibular problem, or a proprioceptive or body feedback problem? And once we assess that, we can then basically determine what program they would need to improve those things. And once you give the brain the information it needs for that, it's going to create pathways through Hebb's law, nerves that fire together, wire together. So you give the programs where these kids get this extra feedback, and with that extra feedback, they can then improve their body awareness, their balance, their coordination, and that actually carries over to better eye skills. Because as adults, what's going to happen is our body there supports our head supports our eyes, and it's our vision system that tells us about the world out there. But you have to have that coordination and balance, and that's why these young kids need to be moving so they can end up learning better balance, better coordination, and also better balance, better coordination without having to use brain energy, what I call brain dimes. And we have $1 worth of dimes to spend, so they haven't spent their brain dimes just keeping their body upright. They do that automatically. So it's really important to get kids moving to develop that balance and coordination. And maybe on the surface, you don't think about this, but that's really going to help them to it's going to give them the tools they need to become a better reader, better student, better athlete. And then of course, the other thing is even then when it gets to the driving age, just where am I, where is it, where's the car? And so the more you move and the better those skills get, the better your balance, your coordination is. You should be better at all those other activities as well.